Believe it or not, the Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia subline has been going for an entire year now, and I've reviewed every single figure in the subline, and I haven't done a ranking in a while, so I figured to commemorate the year of New Eternia figures, why don't we go ahead and do an old school ranking of all 13 Masterverse New Eternia figures. On today's episode of deceptibot9 Rankings, let's rank them! How's it going, everyone? deceptibot9 here, and thank you as always for joining me here on the channel. Whether you're a new viewer or an old viewer, welcome to the channel. It's good to see you all. Before we get into the ranking, I'd like to ask, if you like what you see, go ahead, drop me a like. Plus, if you want to stay tuned for all the future reviews and rankings that I've got planned, go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well if you're not already subscribed. It does really, truly mean a lot to me. Plus, if you want to find me anywhere else on the internet, you can find all of my social links in the description down below. All right. With all that said out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the rankings for Masterverse New Eternia, starting with number 13. Alright, so number 13 I feel like is going to disappoint a good amount of people, but it is New Eternia Stratos, and I can't really put a reason as to why he is my least favorite. I was super hyped to get my hands on him when he came out, just because I never grabbed the gray skin version of Stratos in Origin, so I really felt like I was lacking a Stratos in my collection. So I was super stoked for this one, but I think it's mostly the way the wings work. I wish they had done something else other than just put the straps on him, because they don't really tend to stay. I wish they had just reconfigured how the wings work, but I mean, I can't really complain. He's got a solid molding, he's got solid detail, solid paint apps, everything that we've come to expect with regular Masterverse figures. He is solid, and I'm sure there are some people out there who absolutely love Stratos, and he's not in any way a bad figure. I'm just going to get that out there. None of these figures are bad. I love every single one of these, but yeah, I don't know. Something about Stratos just didn't do it for me. All right, coming in at number 12 is Battle Armor He-Man. Now, I love this figure. I love his aesthetic. I love all the armor. I love the weapons. The shield is really sweet. The head sculpt is also really cool as well. I think he's a really well done figure. And I think the reason I'm putting him so low is because I feel like he could have just been accessory options for a deluxe He-Man or something. But you know, at the end of the day, that's really my biggest complaint. Honestly, I can't really complain about him too much. I love the aesthetic. I love the design. I understand why he's a single release, obviously. But at the end of the day, could have probably included a lot of these with regular He-Man, but I won't complain because this figure freaking rocks. All right, coming in at number 11 is the big bad of the universe. It is Skeletor, and I love the Skeletor. And don't get me wrong, he's only this low because he was from the first initial wave, the first initial offerings, and things have just gotten better with every wave, basically. So Skeletor being down at the bottom is that's just how he falls, because everything, they feel like they're improving so much. But I do really love the Skeletor, although I do say I have a couple complaints about the Skeletor. His hands don't really like to seem to hold his weapons very well. The sword does not seem like it's fit for the hands at all, and the Havoc staff gets a little heavy, so it kind of just slumps over and falls out. And I wish that the cape pegged in a little bit better, so you can see his staff just kind of flopping around. So if I had to offer any complaints, it would be those. His weapons just don't really seem to stay very well, but I love the aesthetic, and I love the design overall, and of course, he's Skeletor, so we have to love him. All right, and breaking the top 10 at number 10 is none other than our standard He-Man here himself. And I love this updated design for He-Man. I think the Viking head is super sweet. I love the shoulder pads. The little dagger that he gets is super cool as well. Plus he gets the axe and the sword. I just think overall it's a really well designed figure, and he came out very well. If I had to offer up a complaint, it's that I wish he was just a little bit bulkier, kind of like the 40th anniversary mold. I think if you can put this stuff on the 40th anniversary mold, that's a perfect He-Man right there. But so he came out really well, but yeah, just make him a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier. But I love the Viking aesthetic on He-Man. All right, coming in at number 9, the Cosmic Enforcer himself, Zodak. I think this guy rocks. He's a really solid figure all around. The New Eternia garb he gets, the little shoulder pads are really neat. The gun is awesome. The staff weapon is super cool. There's a lot of variety you can do with that as well. And overall, Zodak here is just really solid figure all the way around. No complaints whatsoever about this guy. All right, coming in at number 8, one of my favorite characters in the franchise, it is Jitsu, and I think Jitsu came out very, very well. I love the way the sword looks. The hand, the open choppy hand is absolutely tremendous. I love how that thing looks. I love this whole samurai aesthetic going on with him overall. I think he's very, very well done, and he is a lot of fun to put on your shelf along with all your other New Eternia characters. All right, coming in at number 7, one of our most recent releases from the New Eternia line, it is Deluxe Clawful. And this guy is so much fun. I love him overall. I think he's really, really great. Just really, really solid figure overall. The head sculpt is really, really cool, although I wish they had painted his pupils just a bit of a different color. But I love the extra, sort of back armory plate piece that we're getting with him. And the reason he's a little bit lower is because a lot of his pieces are just reused from Buzz-Off, who was in the same wave. So it doesn't feel like new, if that kind of makes sense. Because we just saw Buzz-Off, and a lot of the same things are on him that were on Buzz-Off. So I think if maybe there was a wave or two separation between Clawful and Buzz-Off, might work a little bit better. But he's still a great figure. Do not get me wrong at all. I love Clawful. He's so much fun, and overall looks great, feels great, so much fun. All right, coming in at number 6, another one of my most favorite characters from this franchise. It's Many Faces, and there is not a lot of new stuff going on with him, for his New Eternia thing, but he's got a plethora of faces. He's got 3 that go in his head, obviously, and then an extra 3 on the back that you can use and customize. Whichever faces you want to have in there is great, but there's just something about this figure overall, the deco, the sculpting, all that stuff that just feels really nice, and he is just a really, really solid figure all the way around. The only thing I would say about him that I wish was done differently was given the whole headpiece articulation, but I understand why they couldn't do that because of how the way it works on there. But overall, I love Many Faces. Number 6. All right, we've hit it. We've hit the top 5. So coming in at number 5 is Oversized Too Bad. And yes, this guy rocks. I love how Too Bad came out. He looks so good here all the way around. He's got 2 whole different moldings going on. So he just looks tremendous on either half. He comes with great accessories. Overall, he's just a really, really cool figure. And I'm so glad that he came out as well as he did. And he's just super, super rad. I love this Too Bad overall. I don't really have any complaints about this at all. I think he looks great. He poses really well. All the sculpt and paint work is just very, very well done. This figure is super, super awesome. He might be a contender for one of the top 10 figures of the year. We'll find out in 6 months at the tournament, huh? All right, coming in at number 4, again, one of our most recent figures we've had, it is Ram Man, a long-awaited Ram Man. I was so hyped for this figure when he was announced because I've wanted a Masterverse Ram Man ever since they said they were starting Masterverse, and he does not disappoint. He is so good. He is really, really fun. I love all the alternate accessories that you get with him. He's got a couple different head sculpts. It's really, really well done. And I think the way the pants are done, it's really simple, but it's really, really great at the same time. Overall, Ram Man, he's just so much fun. If you can get Ram Man, definitely get your hands on him. He's one of the best. All right, coming in at number 3, and he's held this position for a long time up near the top, it is New Eternia Beastman. I think this figure is so well done. There is so much good stuff happening with this figure all around. He looks great. He's got great sculpt, great molding. All of this extra armor stuff that he comes with is tremendous because it's all optional. If you want a classic Beastman, he's in here too. You just have to pull everything off and throw on an alternate piece. It's really, really nice how they've done this figure, and I just love the amount of stuff that he comes with, the amount of options he gives for display, and he's just so much fun to pose and to put with your other figures. Plus, he's got a big old spiked baseball bat. Gotta love that, right? All right, coming in at number 2, Buzz-Off. This guy rocks. This guy is so cool. I was so utterly surprised by how well done Buzz-Off was because I've been looking forward to this figure for a nice long time, and he just came out so good. I love the wings, the fact that all of the wings are articulated, the extra pieces that he comes with here for the head are great, the claw hand molds are spectacular, all of the sort of extra like creature molded detail that is on him is just tremendous. He's painted very well. He is so much fun to pose as well. Everything about Buzz-Off here is so well done, and he works very, very well as a figure. Love, love, love this version of Buzz-Off. All right, coming in at number 1, if you've been following along with the list, you now know who number 1 is, and it's Faker. Can you believe it? Faker, number 1 best New Eternia figure. If you had asked me that a year ago, if you had gave me the list of all of the New Eternia characters that we've gotten so far a year ago when it started, and you said, in a year, which one do you think is going to be best? I probably would have said, oh, it'll be Buzz-Off, it'll be Ram Man, it'll be, Too Bad. I would have been said that. But no, Faker. And honestly, I don't know if I can explain why I like this Faker so much. There's just something that's done so well with this figure, and it just hits me in all the right ways. I freaking love this thing. I love the way the weapons look. The detail and the paintwork on them is tremendous. The head sculpt as well is just absolutely fantastic. All around sculpt work and detail work on him is just absolutely fantastic. And again, I don't know if I can explain why I think Faker is the best, but in my opinion, Faker is the best New Eternia figure. He is just so well done, so much fun, and great to pose. I just love this Faker, and I never thought that the day would come when Faker was my favorite figure out of all these 13. All right, guys, that's going to do it for my full ranking of all 13 Masterverse New Eternia figures that we have so far, and I hope that we get so many more New Eternia characters to help fill out this line in the years to come, because as I said in every review of these figures that I've done, Masterverse, and specifically New Eternia, are some of the best figures that are coming out right now, in my opinion, for their value, for the amount of detail, articulation, sculpt work, everything that's happening with them, I just think is really, really fantastic. And we've got 13 fantastic figures here, and I just can't wait till in a year we have 13 more. Maybe we can do another ranking. All right, guys, like I said up top, go ahead and let me know your ranking of all the New Eternia figures down below. Let's talk all things Masterverse New Eternia in the comments below. And with all that said, guys, I've been your host, deceptibot9. Thank you, as always, for joining me for another ranking. And as always, I'll see you guys later.